Keep it locked on Hindsight Radio. Peace to the gods. You're listening to Hindsight Radio.
Peace, everybody. This is your host, Akiem from Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's receiving extreme peace, extreme prosperity, extreme good health, extreme love in their life. What I mean by love, extreme love for yourself. You need to be giving yourself extreme love. This way you can be able to love others. You cannot love anybody else if you don't love yourself. Yeah, well, I got up this morning about 4:30 a.m. I usually get up pretty early, and then I'm motivated to speak on some things. And this morning, I'm motivated to speak on some potential, you know how when your popularity goes up, you start, excuse me, people start coming into your circle or trying to get. They can't come, not coming in your circle. They come around you with all this high praise and but you can see through that, and you can tell that the praise is fake because they're looking for some type of selfish gain out of it. They're looking to rob and steal your energy. You're looking to steal from you physically and spiritually. And this is why I'm having this talk. This is why I'm doing this recording. So, let me put a little music in the background there. let me start off like this. When I started this this radio station, in the beginning, there used to be a group of fellas that used to get on regularly on each one of the shows. There was other hosts with me, and they used to get on regularly, and they used to have comments, and they used to say things. And a lot of times, the comments they had nothing to do with the content of the show. 98% of it. No one will shoot. Hell, 99.9. And, for a while, I didn't really catch on to it, or I didn't, my spirits, I said, well, listen, if you don't have nothing to add to what I'm talking about or promoting, what you're trying to promote your ideas of what you think, trying to teach, and then I got to a point, if you go through my, starting 2015, if you go through my shows and you start from the beginning, blogtalkradio.com/hindsight 2020. That's where you find those old shows. And you'll see how after a while I started to ask questions. So, you get on here every week and you have something to say. Usually it's not even connected to the energy of what's being promoted or talked about on the show. And you want to teach. So what are you doing? What are you, you want to be a teacher. So what example, how are you using this information and all this great knowledge you got, that you want to promote? And I would get silence. Right? And then my spirit was like, yo, why? I don't need you on here if you're not supporting what I'm doing or even trying to connect with what I'm doing, but you trying to connect what you got in your head to my listeners. Now, the other host was, he was okay with that. He'd get on there and let them just rant and say whatever. See, I'm from the Scorpio season. And you know how we Scorpios are. We are straightforward for the most part. We don't like BS. And, one of my biggest things, I wouldn't even say it's a fault, it's just a quality that I have. I will tell you straight to your face what I'm thinking. Now, the thing that I try to curve, which is I've tried it, I'm 51. I've been trying it for many years to, say it a little easier so it don't sting as much, but I'm a stinger. So I'm just living in my truth right now. I'm starting off a little calm right now. I'm going to end up calm, but I'm going to start saying some things in a few that's going to hit home. And the reason why I'm saying this is because y'all starting to creep back into my pages. Y'all starting to creep back into my comments. Y'all trying to creep back into the shows. When I stopped working with certain individuals, y'all picked y'all sides and y'all went over there and y'all wasn't listening on my show no more. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I didn't need that negative energy around me. But now you want to come back because you see information. I'm dropping this new knowledge. Let me not say new. I'm exposing the fraudulent knowledge and setting records straight now with the information that I'm presenting now. Making it more precise and to the point. And I warned y'all 2-3 years ago that that's what I was going to do. I was going to go back and revisit everything, and I'm going to come back out and give y'all the real, because that's how I pride myself. I just always wanted to be as authentic as possible. And the reason why, because anything other than that, I felt uncomfortable. I couldn't look myself in the mirror and say, I'm real. I like to look in the mirror and say I'm as real as possible. So, yeah, get on and have, and then slowly they went away. They went away. They stopped listening. So, want to promote, there's brothers and sisters, but in my experience in this information, is most of these brothers who out here taking the lead on being fake. Fraudulent. Yeah. Oh, what about this? Go do this. What about these processes? Without that, they want to spit all this information, but none of them have any proof of what they are saying at all. One of the things I deal with, and sometimes I struggle with, is dealing with people who come and get bad information and come to me and want to vet it with me. And then I'll listen to take a few questions, and I'll stop listening, man. If you coming to me for help, I'm going to tell you what I know works, right? Based off my experience. Now, you bring me these other people's stuff, I don't want to talk about that. Because then that leads me down a road of criticizing people and their processes, right? I don't want to get into all of that. All I can tell you is I've seen people do that. Even myself have done it, and it hasn't worked. Let me show you. Let's focus on the positive. This is what I know works, and this is what I'm doing now. And I have a lot of those conversations weekly, and I understand because they've been bumped around, kicked around with information. I know people who have spent upwards of $50,000 on processes. For real. My website, you can get everything on my website for like $1,500. You get in my private membership, $1,500, and I show you how to do put you in touch with real people that's going to move you in the right direction of getting your freedoms established and keeping your pockets full. This station is about prosperity and progress, not about games. And that's how this is the lesson of this talk. You guys that I'm helping or working with, because I'm just aiding you, right? You are helping yourself. I'm showing you things, but you're really teaching yourself, right? Through your own time and dedication. And you're gonna, as you get raised up and get more successful, as I am, you're going to run across these type people who be there all cheering for you like they in their corner. Yeah, man. Your information is the baddest, man. Yo. You hear that? I appreciate the praise. But know what I like better? Thank you. I appreciate that. You appreciate the praise. You give me a little thanks. But what I appreciate better, that you take the information that I gave you and you put it into action, and I can see you be successful. That's what I really appreciate. Because I'm going to tell you, if you go back to those shows, you identify them quick. They was given the highest, most praises, but was not even spending $1 with me. Matter of fact, they was getting the information from somewhere else and selling out the back door. You see what I'm saying? I'm showing y'all how these same people talk about how bad the system is and how bad the man is, the white man, and the this and that. But they the ones with the knives in their hand, ready to cut your throat for $1. And I mean that in a spiritual way. And if it came down a physical way, they would cut your throat probably then if it was up to you and them. Oh, yeah. Let me pause and give a shout out to the ancestors. Give the shout out to the God in me that I deliver this message with the force and intensity that it needs to be said. Peace is good. There's a time for everything. See, I fully realize who I am. I'm a warrior working in the garden who knows how to garden, not the other way around. But see, being a warrior, you got to know when to pull that sword out and cut them heads off. See, not everybody that look like you is your family or will be or want to be. See, most of the thing, the most opposition you ever going to receive is from people that look like you. That's where all the destruction is happening. So we got to be mindful about people. And that's why I'm putting it out there, because I see it coming. Ancestors woke me up with a vision and said, yo, go down there and make this recording now. Put it out there. Y'all can come on with the bullshit if you want to. But I'm letting you know, I'm teaching from a place of peace. But if war comes my way, I got my sword in my hand. You know, that reminds me of an old story. A story happened to me in a real life experience where I had real, life and death situation between me and my family. When I was still involved in trying to be a Jehovah's Witness, we went to one of the conventions. This was back in probably 94-ish. Yeah, 94. Well, no, it wasn't. It was because it was when my third son was born. He was still a baby, car seat child. So he was born 96. So let's say 97-ish. Yeah, it was 97 because it was when I first started. I had went working in this one barbershop called Black Box. And right before that happened, it was 97. So, no, I'm sorry. He was born in 96. Man, somewhere 96, 97, because he was a baby, And reason why I use him as a reminder, because he plays an important role in this story I'm about to tell you. So we, went to their convention, and we're leaving for the day. It's over with. All of us walking to the car. It was me and my wife at the time. My son, Akiem Jr., who does the show, he was like, 2 years old, because they're 2 years apart. So he was a little toddler too. And it was my, I think it was my sister Rachel and my other brother Greg. Was he riding with me? It was me. Why the kids would win with car seat babies, and I think it was one of them. I think it was either Rachel. I can't remember who. One of my brothers and sisters was with me. We were riding back together. We came in two separate cars. My parents came in another set. So we leaving. We're just about. We at the car, getting in. Everybody was getting in, and I had put my son in, into the car seat base, strapped him in, and hit his pow. It wasn't a high. It sounded, I was like, was that actually a gunshot at this convention? Was it real? Like, did I hear? But when I couldn't accept that reality, so I said, oh. And then my wife at the time looked at me and said, "What was that?" She was like, "Oh, I think it." So I, to ease their mind, I said, "That sounded like somebody blew a tire." Boom. So, but then, as I said that, I look around. People are scrambling and running back inside the convention. This was in Florence, the Florence Civic Center, by the way. You could probably look it up on the new, old articles where a man shot himself and then shot his, his lover. It was like a murder suicide. You could see it was in the papers. So you can go look it up. So, and it was running back inside. And I was like, whoa. So then I look, we was in our row cars, and there was one row in front. And then on the other side of that row, it was a man just moving around frantically. And he had a gun in his hand. And then it was the older couple trying to talk to him, plead him, talk him down. And then I look, it was a lay sister on the ground, and she was bleeding out the side of her neck. Right? You can see this clearly. And I said, oh, he just shot that woman. And we just, things moving so fast. My wife at the time was like, what? Oh, she's afraid. Brother. So we try to get in the car, finish getting in the car and get the hell out of there, right? But then all of a sudden, the brother, in his excitement, his madness started coming in our direction. And I was like, yo, y'all get the hell out of here. Right? And everybody take Javon with you. So as they was scrambling, getting him out of there, I said, yeah, I'm gonna run this nigga over. This is what was going through my mind. I mean, we got to stop him. So he's coming to me, and then he shifts his attention somewhere else because he's waving a gun, walking around the body, pointing it at people, doing all kind of crazy stuff. So as he was turned his attention to me, I'm creeping. And I just gun it. Boom. Try to run his ass over with the car. But this brother did a Superman. He jumped clear over the car. Boom. And then I was like, shit, I didn't hit him. So I just got out the car, left it, rolling. And it was rolling around the circle, hit a couple of cars. And I, in my shoes, I just, I saw that everybody was cleared. Well, at least I thought everybody was clear from the car, and ran in towards the Civic Center. Then another bang, boom. And that was the one he took himself out with, right? So once everything calmed down just a little, I came back out to stop the car because it was still running. It had hit a car, but it was still in gear. So I go to the car, turn it off. I look over to my left. He's laying down, shot himself, man. I never seen no blood coming out the side of his neck like somebody just turned on the faucet. The lady, what I forgot to tell you, he had shot her again. It was like 3 shots. He had shot her again while she was laying down, and I could see that body jump a little bit. And that's when I had made the decision to try to stop him. Why am I telling you this story? Well, before I finish that part. When I get to the car, I look in the back seat, and my baby son, is still sitting in that car seat, sound asleep. Like he don't know what the hell going on. He like, whatever, blissfully asleep. I said, I thought y'all took him. Oh, no, we didn't have time. They just left him, and I'm thinking he there. And when I looked at the car and examining the car, well, I'll tell you this part at the end about the car, the miracle of it all, how, we got protections out there, right? The only reason why I'm telling y'all this story is I have a quality that a lot of men are lacking these days. I don't run from danger. I walk to it when it comes time to protect my family. So why I'm telling you, because people want to come at y'all, try to, put you in harm's way, whether it be financially or physically. Are you that man that's going to stand up for your family? That's who I am. I just want y'all to get a peek into my mental and know who I am. Although I speak peaceful talk and I do all of that. But I know there's a time when you have to stand up and go into protection mode. I'm fully equipped and qualified to protect by any means necessary. Somebody, that's not being spiritual. No, it is. Even Christ had to go war with words with those scribes and Pharisees. And even the Bible mentions how he will go war against the wicked ones and the evil. What is he talking about? These evil consciousness. In order for only way evil prevails in these mindsets is we let it prevail. But you got to, the peacemakers have to go against these things, these evil entities, evil mindsets in order to bring peace. So there's no sitting on the sidelines and sitting in between. You're going to have to go at it. So that's the only reason why I'm telling y'all that, because I could see the fakery, trickery coming. And sisters woke me up. Go let them, warn them. This right here ain't as easy as it looks. Just give them that warning. And that's your warning. But let me just show you the higher spirituality of this whole thing and why this path that I'm on is all what I contracted to do, and I'm protected under the protection of the ancestors, the God of me, and the super mastermind, the super God, to even do it. Because once the insurance, and we looked at the car, the damages of the car, there was a spider web right where my head would be, like as if a shot tried to hit that, but it didn't penetrate, and spread out. So like, how did the spider web, it only hit like the bumper, like hit those cars with the bumper. How did the spider web get into the windshield like that? And my son was sitting directly behind me. So that could have harmed him as well. But protection was there. So when you're doing the right thing for the right reasons, you are protected. And you have to know that. See, I didn't think twice about what I had to do. So the only people that was harmed was the people that was involved. And later on, the story behind it was this was his fling that he had left his wife and 2 daughters for, got her a nice place. And then once she got what she wanted from him, she stopped wanting to see him, and he couldn't handle that. So he done left his family for this woman, and now he was left out in the cold. Now he couldn't go running back to his wife, or he felt like a fool going back to his wife. Maybe he should have went and asked for forgiveness. I don't know. Been a man about it. Hey, I was stupid. And maybe she would have took him back. That would have been her option. But instead, he chose to take a life and then took his own life. See, that's not manly. That's not alpha. That's cowardly. That was the coward's way out. He didn't want to deal with the reality of his stupid ass decision. And there's a lot of brothers out there like that, making stupid ass decisions, and then don't want to suffer the consequences for it. He should have took that loss. Yo, man, that was hey, man, I should have never left mine for that, for something. But let me give you a little bit of advice. If a woman is trying to be with you and she knows you got somebody, it's not about you. It's about that woman she's trying to go up against, competing and damaging that woman's home, taking something from her, robbing her of her family. That's what that's about. And you're helping that. And I had a friend who was involved in, I told him, dude, that woman ain't into you like that. Nah, she treat me better. Yeah, she treats you better because she's got a mission to destroy your home. And to this day, that brother, he lost his home. His wife left. He lost his home. This is another brother that I know for years. Lost his home. Nice home. He's the one that encouraged me to buy the home that I have. When I bought he helped me buy my first home. He went with me. We looked at the home. We said, this is it. I put the down payment out 30 days later. I'm always forever grateful for him because it was him that helped work with me. Even though he's not doing great right now. IRS issues about the ass. And I said, yo, bro, I can help you. But he don't want to study. He just want me to do the work for him. But I feel like I owe somewhat of a debt because it was him who put me on the path of home ownership. So I'm always going to, in some way look out for him. Although he's stuck. I go see him every now and then. We don't be on the phone. That's just another lesson. I don't be on the phone with him every day talking because we don't think like me. He don't think on the same path. He's still thinking poverty mindset. But he's still my brother. So hey, bro, I ain't forget about you hitting. I'll go his birthday. Hey, I'll take you out. We go get something to dinner. Or hey, when I see him, let's go get some breakfast or lunch together. And he's always forever pretty. He said, man, you the only one that do something for me for my birthday. I said, brother, because I never forget who looked out for me. When you was on your top and you had that nice home and I said to you that I wanted a home, I want to put my family in a home, you came out there and we went house hunting, and I picked the home out. Then I brought my wife out there at the time and let her look at it. She liked it, and we was in it in 30 days. That was ordained. That was by design. Because y'all think y'all credit got to be perfect, man. I had judgments and everything on my credit. And all the banks said, well, let's just pay that off, pay that off, pay that off. And I got the house. I use, y'all, instead of using them tax refunds for buying cars and all that other crap, use it to buy a home as a down payment. Because that's the year y'all getting thousands of dollars, right? That's the time to take that money and say, I want a home. Stop using credit as an excuse not to get home. Let me tell you, they will give you a home with issues with credit. They'll just tell you, okay, pay this off. Most mortgages don't deny. They don't deny you. They just say, this is what we need to do in order for us to give this loan to you. Most issues are either debt to income ratios, in which that's one of the things that's hard to overcome. I didn't have those issues. At the time I had, a couple of small credit cards. I just had little judgments from hospital bills and mind you, they don't even care about hospital bills that much, from other little creditors. And they just said, pay that, pay that, pay that. Every time I went to the underwriter, they said, do this. I do it. Bring them a receipt. And then, okay, take care of that. They were playing with me. They wanted to see how serious I was to buy that house. I mean, I literally 30 days later, I was signing those paperworks from the time I put my $500 earnest money down. So, brothers, we got to stand up and file ourselves, number one, and say that we're going to act in the highest honor possible, that we know how, and act in the highest honor towards our family. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing nothing. See, I hear a lot of you brothers want to complain about the sisters. Okay? But you can't complain about the sisters if you ain't got your stuff together, if you got nothing to offer to the situation. And the one thing you have to offer is your integrity. And you're being true to the game. Somebody took me a nice video about a brother talking about that. Being true to your mission, your prosperity, leaving something behind more than a debt to your children. I know I started off just giving out this little warning for the people that's trying to creep back in there. And, I told you I ended off peacefully, right? Yeah. So I hope what I spoke on resonates with you and you can get something from it. And that you could use it to further yourself. And I just want to say this with all honesty and true gratefulness and thankfulness for you guys listening faithfully to my the things that I show you and teach you. Even listening to this recording, I'm always grateful. So with that being said, extreme wealth, extreme prosperity, extreme peace, and extreme love to all that listen. Peace.